Sorry, but the only way you can stay in this country is by following the laws, the rules that are put in place. You may not like them. I don't like them all either, but there are consequences for you not following them. And the government, as you saw in Superman, felt that if we can't control these people, okay, it's going to be mass chaos, yada, yada, yada. And of course, somebody, much like Batman,
Mhm.
Batman, Batman had contingencies to defeat Superman if ever he was controlled by a rogue group or anything like that, or if Superman on his own decided he wanted to do what his family supposedly has sent him to Earth to do.
And what's funny is that's kind of what Batman versus Superman touched on as well. I think that was one of the highlights from Batman versus Superman. Was they kind of touched on that subject.
Yeah, that's why he had kryptonite. You
Right.
know, you can't dispense of kryptonite. I mean, it's funny to say this, but what idiot would try to keep weapons that will kill Superman? He's our savior. But come on, common sense has got to play into this. And it's like, you have no idea what's going to happen to Superman. Suppose Lois is kidnapped. Suppose Lois is threatened with death. Suppose there's no other way to save Lois but to do what her captors want you to do. You say, well, I can't save her, but they want me to do this or they're going to kill her. So you got to have kryptonite around. If Superman was given the order to destroy LA completely, every living thing, I want you to destroy LA or you'll never see Lois again. What would Superman do? Okay, if he went on a mission to destroy LA and there's no way to stop Superman, well, what idiot said to get rid of all the kryptonite on this planet before thinking it through first?
Right.
So Lois was the level-headed common sense guy. She understands that she could be held for ransom, if this Superman, was her beau, either way, which he is. Can we talk about the actor a little bit of Superman?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have much because I don't even know who the hell he is. But the dude's big. Now, either Lois is really, really small, but he's big, he's buffed out. And I'm like, he's not a Henry Cavill physique,
Right.
but he's a little bit more better cut than Christopher Reeves. So he's between a Christopher Reeves and a Henry Cavill in terms of the way his physique is. And I thought he looked well. He looked fine on that. I'm constantly seeing different costumes on Superman for every freaking movie. He's got his underwear on the outside of his tights. He's got belt loops in the freaking underwear. I'm like, what planet stresses their people like this, So, so that's all I have to say about him. He's
I like
really,
that I like that he towered over Lex Luthor. It almost gave him like an intimidating presence,
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah. So, what else you wanna talk about? There's a lot to talk about.
I really wanted to highlight Mr. Terrific because so many black heroes get put to the wayside. I don't like how they did Falcon a little dirty in there. They gave him like the worst movie out of all one of the worst. I wouldn't say it's the worst MCU movie, but it's up there. It's not. They could have done better for his first outing as a movie.
Yeah.
So I like how they treated one of the black heroes from DC Comics. I would have preferred to have Static Shock in this universe, but we're gonna wait a long time for that one.
Yeah.
They couldn't even get the rights to put him in Black Lightning.
Yeah. So, that's insane. That's stupid.
And they made him one of the most outstanding characters in the movie. I mean, he was a real highlight. If you don't walk away going, I want a Mr. Terrific action figure, or even that jacket. I want to get that jacket now. Where can I buy that jacket, Warner Brothers? Give me the Mr. Terrific jacket. That shit will sell out.
You know what I saw? I saw a genius named Shaft, okay, in Mr. Terrific, because you could tell he was all us. Okay, he
Absolutely.
was definitely gangster in this, not over the top gangster, but definitely gangster enough to say, I'm the smartest man in the room. You
Yeah.
can't top what I'm going to do. He was pushing Lex Luthor's people out of the way, uh, uh,
He
working
wasn't
on
even he
their.
wasn't even giving them the time of day. He was just like,
No,
"No, I got
yeah,
this." Like, you ain't nothing.
exactly. It's like go outside, go to lunch,
Yeah.
whatever. He didn't even have to say that. It was just the way he presented himself, the way he walked into the room, the gadgets that he owned that crypto happened to like a lot. you know, um, I think that is that could be a standout movie alone. He's in the universe where we know the metahumans. In fact, uh, I was in the third row of an IMAX theater. You ever been in the third row of an IMAX theater before?
Hmm.
I had to sew my neck back together when I got home. you know, um, so the first scene in a movie is the words coming across the screen, basically, and it basically described when metahumans came to be.
Right.
Okay, which no one has done that before, not even Marvel.
Yeah.
All these metahumans were Nick Cage discovered. I mean, Nick Cage, listen to me.
Iron
Nick
Man.
Fury,
Yeah.
yeah, Nick Fury, Iron Man, they were those kind of discoveries. They weren't mutants like in the X-Men where there were so many of these kind of superpower kind of creatures or whatever. It literally described when metahumans came to be, which really made the government like freaking super nervous that we're about to be overtook, which I'm assuming that may happen unless the trust remained with these superheroes, these metahumans, which during the movie had basically left.
Hmm.
So uh, I thought with Mr. Terrific being around and no one really knowing the background story of Mr. Terrific, who's this guy? I mean, what's he doing? I mean, what's he about? How is there's enough room to kind of bring him to the forefront as well. So yeah,
I would love to see a Mr. Terrific movie. I don't know who his villains are in the comics, but I would just like to see him, even if it's a him and Batman movie or like him and somebody else. I would love to just see a Mr. Terrific movie. He's like a highlight standout of this film.
yeah. I'm telling you, I see Shaft. I don't hear the MFer word. MFers coming all over the place out of Mr. Terrific mouth. But I literally see if he had a standalone movie or whatever, that he would be so badass, asses. I'm making up these words as I go. I think if he did his own movie, that whoever the criminals will be, they would have to be literally the same caliber of Lex Luthor. You wouldn't bring anyone down lower than Lex Luthor's capability. My God, he built this freaking machine that can rip through time and open up portals and all this kind of freaking stuff. And Mr. Terrific just kind of knew exactly what to do.